Fam, what's good? It's your boy Thou, FamOverTV. I appreciate everybody tapping into the channel, showing love. Have you ever had those dreams that you just couldn't ever explain? It just felt so real and you just could never explain it? Well, some documents just came out saying that astral projections are real. So I thought it was a conspiracy. I don't know. Let's go over and let's check it out.
FamOver.
Make sure you hit that like button. Let's get it.
There's a CIA paper titled Assessment of the Gateway Process. Basically, this paper tells you that our entire universe is a hologram. This paper was written as an assessment of the work of Dr. Robert Monroe. Dr. Robert Monroe was a radio broadcaster who realized something strange about our brain and how it responds to frequency. So our brains have two hemispheres, the left and the right, but they both respond to stimuli differently and frequency differently. But what he realized is if you can get them to harmonize and work together, then your entire body starts to work in this very unified way where now you start to tap into these energy fields around you, and you can induce lucid dreaming, you can induce astral projection, and you can actually leave your body and start to traverse these other dimensions that exist around us.
Alexa, what is the CIA's Gateway Report?
From Sanatine.es. In 1983, the CIA published the Gateway Report, a mind-bending document about military research into astral projection, out-of-body experiences, and other dimensions.
Alexa, according to the CIA Gateway Report, what is the absolute?
From PopularMechanics.com. Much of the Gateway theory rests on what McDonald calls the absolute, an energy field that exists in all dimensions, has uniform energy throughout, and is infinite.
Alexa, according to the Gateway Report, what is the significance of a hologram?
A hologram is a three-dimensional optical simulation created by the diffraction of light, as described in the Gateway Report.
Alexa, what consciousness-altering methodologies did the Gateway process employ?
From Gumroad.com. What differentiates the Gateway experience from other forms of meditation is its use of the hemi-sync techniques to induce an altered state of consciousness through audio by taking advantage of the brain's phenomenon known as frequency following response, FRR.
Alexa, what is Focus 12 in the Gateway experience?
From intuitionmedicine.org. Focus 12 is the state of expanded awareness, where you can sense and feel that you are more than your physical body.
Alexa, how is the no-time state described in the Gateway experience?
From albawaba.com. He goes on to explain how the Gateway experience can allow a person to transcend time and space if the brain's frequency reaches a certain level outside the normal range of perception, gaining access to dimensions of the universal hologram that are normally out of reach.
Good to know.
Brain so powerful, and we don't even know how to tap all the way into it. Everything been hid from us our whole life, man. Tap the video, man. Let me know what y'all think. This is crazy. This is crazy.
The US government declassified instructions on how you can unlock hidden superpowers of your mind, and I'm going to go through that report to show you how. It's literally on the CIA's official website called the Gateway Process, and you can even see the report right here. Back in 1983, the CIA wanted to learn how to leave your body for military and intelligence gathering purposes, also known as astral projection. And according to this report written by Colonel Wayne McDonald, it's totally real and anyone can do it. They came out with the Gateway Process, a step-by-step system to leaving your body, and it was immediately classified up until 2003. It states that solid matter doesn't actually exist, and all of reality is just a sequence of vibrating energy patterns, each with their own unique frequency. Sounds a lot like string theory to me. Well, frequency is just a wave, like light, sound, and even our brain's activity emits waves. They discovered a process called hemisync that uses sound waves to synchronize both hemispheres of your brain, the left logical side and the right creative side, basically matching the frequency of a sound wave to the frequency of your brainwave. Then we can use this access to convert energy to access new dimensions, escape reality, travel anywhere in space and time, and as the report puts it, click out of space-time and join infinity, even influence reality with our thoughts. Basically admitting that new age concepts like manifestation or the law of attraction are actually real. Sounds like utter nonsense, I know, but this is in the official CIA report, which they wanted to use to train psychic soldiers to gather intelligence and access new forms of information not available to us here. And this isn't some hippie, voodoo, mumbo-jumbo shit either. Everything in this report is based on facts, psychology, math, and even quantum physics. This entire process is done by listening to sound through headphones, so anyone can do it. There's an entire field of science behind how different sound waves can physically affect your brain's chemistry, with certain sounds making you sleepy, awake, focused, give you anxiety, or make you relax. Some sound waves even being able to improve your memory and learning ability. The tapes containing the sound waves of the gateway process are available to the public, and you can even listen to most of them for free on YouTube. Note that it's not simply just a matter of listening to the tapes and boom, you're there. There's a bunch of foundational work like relaxation techniques, meditation, and you also need to be open-minded to the idea, or else your doubt will hold you back. Here's a brief snippet of what the gateway process sounds like, and note that headphones are necessary.
As you inhale, pull fresh new energy into all parts of your body and up into your head.
Now, what does this even mean? Like, what does joining infinity and clicking out of reality even mean? Okay, focus for a bit here. It's going to take a bit of brain power to fully understand this next part. According to this, there's an energy field beyond us that just exists called the Absolute, which our reality, the one you're in right now, sits on top of. Not easy to wrap your head around, but this Absolute is basically infinity, and between the Absolute and our reality are all the other different dimensions. And the Absolute is what created all dimensions, including our own, and it's also where our consciousness comes from when we're born, and what it goes back into after death, essentially confirming an afterlife, in which we all exist as one collective consciousness but yet retain our individual identity. There's even a page in this report that claims ancient mystics have understood this truth about the universe for thousands of years. Sounds pretty unbelievable, I know, but again, I'm just reciting to you what's in a government declassified report using nothing but math, science, and psychology. So, are you gonna try it out just to see where this trip takes you? Or is it just a bunch of nonsense?
I'm definitely gonna try it out. Definitely. Like, I'm amazed by this. It's crazy, man. It's amazing. See, they hide everything from us, man. Comment below. Make sure you like the video. Let's get it.
This is how you achieve astral projection. In the 1970s, the CIA began studying how to expand human consciousness. By 1983, Lieutenant Colonel Wayne McDonnell submitted a report to U.S. Army intelligence called Analysis and Assessment of Gateway Process based on this research. You see, this report was classified until 2003, and it contains step-by-step instructions on how to have an out-of-body experience. The purpose of this study was to find new methods for intelligence gathering and developing a method called the Gateway Process that's backed by real science. They discovered a process called hemisync, which uses different frequencies in your ears to synchronize each hemisphere of your brain to achieve this state. This report found that not only could anybody achieve astral projection, but they could travel to anywhere on the planet at any point in time. One could also travel to other points in the universe and click out of space and time altogether to join the Absolute in infinity and see what our reality actually is.
Amazing.
These findings not only showed that we're much more than our physical bodies, but that the universe doesn't really exist and is actually a construct of our minds. But perhaps the most profound warning was that utilizing this method could initiate contact with non-corporeal intelligence beyond the space-time boundary. Although you can read the report online to learn about the process, many people still don't know that.
What happened? Every time I'm doing these little crazy little things and everything, man, it always just do this type of stuff, man. Let me try to. I don't know what happened. It's all good. I know what I got to do, man. But this is crazy. Like, I can't even wrap my mind around it. So you mean to tell me they proved it? I mean, see, it's documents saying that it's proven and all this, and they just, man, it's amazing. It's just amazing, man. It's amazing. Let's go.
There are step-by-step instructions that were just declassified by the US government on how you can actually leave your body. Well, You see, in the 1980s, the Central Intelligence Agency was researching astral projection, and it seemed like they got it down to a science, as they discovered that using the process called hemisync, exposing your brain to different frequencies in different years, will allow your body to astral project while asleep. And this is what the frequencies sound like. Even though the full documents are online, not many people know that.
Crazy, crazy. I don't know where I did that.
Okay, let's see. Toke as needed. Caution, objects may appear more edible than they actually are.
The Simpsons always predicting something, ain't they?
What's that billowing down the stairs? It's smoke!
It smells like the art teacher's office.
Smoke in the water! Dun, 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 dun.
Uh-oh.
Dun, 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 dun. They burned down the Gatlin house. It died within a month's town. I am hungry for a candy bar. I think I'll eat a mouse.
Homer, you're doing drugs! And now I'm guilty of possession. I could go to prison. Unless I testify against you.
Marge, it's making my eyes better. And it's legal. I could walk up to the president and blow smoke in his stupid monkey face. And he'd just have to sit there grooving on it.
Color sky, Havana Lake. Color sky, rose, carmethine. Alizari and crimson. Where you love like heaven. Where you love like heaven. Where you love like.
I gotta start watching The Simpsons again. They always got they always got something in their shows. Like they predict everything. They got the truth in their shows. I don't know. I gotta look into who the owner is of that, and he might be a time traveler because there's something going on. Make sure you like the video.
You're partaking in astral projection. What do I mean by this? Well, in the Bible, we see where God will take people up in the spirit. He took Ezekiel up by one of his logs. He took John up in the spirit to write the book of Revelation. He does this with many people in scripture, right? However, the enemy has a perversion of this. It's called astral projection, where you yourself, without God's permission, keyword God's permission, and his permission is with him leading you and walking with you. Without that, you project yourself out of your body yourself. The issue with this is whenever you go with God and his permission, he covers you, right? Whenever you do it yourself, you have something called a silver cord. What an umbilical cord is to the natural body. When you're born, it releases you into the life when it's cut. The silver cord is to the spirit body. It's attached, here. And once you get so far, then it'll be loose. The Bible says that the spiritual, what is it called? The silver cord will be loosed one day out of people, right? And whenever loose, you look it up in the Hebrew, it means go far out, and then it breaks, right? So whenever you partake in astral projection, sometimes people are like, wee, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go. And next thing they know, they pull out their silver cord and they're dead. And you have a mysterious sleep death. Nobody knows how they die. So I'm warning you, don't astral project. Don't astral project into other people's homes and stuff like that, all right? If you like content like this, follow for more. Click the link in my story.
For those of you who don't know, astral projection is when your spirit leaves your physical body and allows you to travel throughout the astral realms and other dimensions. There are stages that you go through before you actually reach your astral projection experience, which I know a lot of us have heard or experienced that sleep paralysis stage when we're sleeping and you wake up and you can't fucking move your arms, your legs, your body. It's just, you can't move nothing. So you're laying flat on your back, your body is asleep, but your mind is awake, which is why you can't feel your body because only your mind is awake. So yeah, during this stage is when people tend to freak out because they don't know what the fuck is going on, and they don't even get to reach that level of astral projection because they're freaking out about not being able to move their freaking body. But the main reason why people freak out during this stage is because of fear. So yeah, the level of fear that you have causes you to freak out. And a lot of people like to say that it's a demon on top of you, holding you down, not allowing you to move, but that's not necessarily true. Because when you experience sleep paralysis, you're in between two states, which is the reality state and the dream state. So basically, everything that you are experiencing is based off of your own mind. So whatever it is that you believe in your mind, that's what's going to affect your experience. So if you're filled with fear and you have it in your mind that there's a demon on top of you, then that's probably what you're going to experience. And I'm telling you, the mind is so fucking powerful. So powerful. So like I said, if you go into this state of mind feeling fear, then that's what you will experience. And you'll never get to reach that real level of astral projection because you're blocked by fear. It's time for us to stop operating off of fear. It's been time for us to stop operating off of fear. Fear is like the lowest form of vibration, because you got to know that anything that you fear, it has control over you. Naturally, we're not even supposed to be operating off of fear, but fear is something that has been instilled in us since we were like kids. So yeah, you got to think about it. Like when babies come here, they be fearless. Like they are the purest souls. So they don't fear shit. And if you see a little kid run up to the stove and try to touch it, they're not fearing it because you haven't instilled any type of fear in them to say, hey, don't touch that stove, you're gonna burn yourself. Like they don't care because they don't have any fear. They don't know what the consequences are. They're just gonna do something because they're fearless. Back to what I was saying though, don't fight the sleep paralysis stage. That sleep paralysis stage is literally the gateway to astral projection. If you want to successfully astral project, don't fear or fight the sleep paralysis stage because that literally takes you to your astral projection experience. Actually embrace that stage instead of feeling fearful, because after that, you move out of your body and you're able to travel throughout the astral plane. Now, as for me, I have had an astral projection experience. Going into it, I seen colorful lights, and a lot of people describe this as like a rope that is connecting your physical body to your light body. I heard the sounds of me flying, like that whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. I heard all of that because I was flying. I literally was flying over my house. I literally could see literally everything from where I was at from a really high level. Like during astral projection, you can literally do whatever it is that you want to do. You can go wherever it is that you want to go. And the more you do it, it's going to connect you closer to your spiritual self. But I do have a disclaimer though. If you're still operating off of fear, don't do it willingly. If you're in a weak spiritual state, don't do it willingly. For the best experience, you need to know that you are divinely protected. Like really know that and believe that you are divinely protected and that you are aligned with yourself. But yeah, if you guys have any astral projection experiences that y'all want to share, drop them down in the comment section. Peace and love, y'all.
Crazy. Make sure y'all like the video and comment below. But like she was saying in the beginning, when I was younger, I used to have those experiences, that sleep paralysis where I couldn't move, and I used to like fall off a building. I remember when I was younger, I would be falling off a building when I'm in my dreams, like almost about to hit the ground, but I don't know if I wake up or something. It was crazy, but I know what they're talking about. But man, it's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Y'all comment below.
And realms you went to, but they lied and taught you that you were dreaming to keep you trapped in here. Think this the only world is real. You go to other worlds, other realms every motherfucking night. Every fucking dream you ever had, that's not a dream. Those are other realities you went to. That's why they seem so real. And then when you know them dreams where you still be here, you don't be dreaming. When you do that, you are now astral projecting into the future, because what they call time here never existed.
Crazy.
when you astral project. Well, at least according to these declassified CIA experiments. In 1983, the CIA experimented with different ways to leave the body in order to gather intelligence for military purposes. Using math, science, and quantum physics, they came to the conclusion that astral projection is a real phenomenon. According to the documents, astral projection starts through a process called hemisync. Hemisync uses sound waves to sync the left logical and masculine side of the brain to the right intuitive and feminine side of the brain. It's stated in the document that the synchronization between these two sides of the brain causes the mind and body to relax, and specifically causes the frequency of the heart to match the frequency of the earth. And it is said that when the frequency of the body, mind, and earth are in sync, the consciousness is no longer limited by the confines of the physical dimension. The consciousness is given space to leave the body and can travel across the globe, travel to other dimensions, transcend both space and time, and become one with eternity.
Man, that's amazing. You know what? I think before anyone try to astral project, you need to make sure you're at peace with yourself, within yourself. Like, you need to be at peace, because that can be scary. Like, I mean, I definitely want to do my research and get into it and everything, but I need to be at peace with myself before I do that. I don't want to be caught up in some crazy stuff. Y'all comment below. Make sure you like the video.
Back from leaving your body. Number one is not doing it at the right time. Most people try to do this right before they go to sleep, which is actually the worst time to do it. You're trying to let your body fall asleep while you keep your mind awake, so the best time to do this is right when you wake up in the morning. Staying awake for 5 minutes and then trying it is where I've had the most success, and you will too. Number two is fear. I know from experience that when you're first trying to do this, it can be super scary, but you have to drop all your fear if you actually want to do this. Number three, you aren't meditating enough and you aren't properly grounded. If you aren't present in this dimension, you're not going to be able to project yourself into another one. And if you want to know how to meditate, go watch this video where I teach you the proper way.
Projection. In the 1970s, the CIA began studying how to expand human consciousness. By 1983, Lieutenant Colonel Wayne McDonnell submitted a report to U.S. Army intelligence called Analysis and Assessment of Gateway Process based on this research. You see, this report was classified until 2003, and it contains step-by-step instructions on how to have an out-of-body experience. The purpose of this study was to find new methods for intelligence gathering and developing a method called the Gateway Process that's backed by real science. They discovered a process called hemisync, which uses different frequencies in your ears to synchronize each hemisphere of your brain to achieve this state. This report found that not only could anybody achieve astral projection, but they could travel to anywhere on the planet at any point in time. One could also travel to other points in the universe and click out of space and time altogether to join the absolute in infinity and see what our reality actually is. These findings not only showed that we're much more than
that his pineal gland?
Steve! Steve!
The astral plane. I'm here. Oh God, I'm actually here. It's real. Okay, how does it work? I should be able to just think of a place and go. Say Paris. Magnifique! I can go anywhere. Even Chimdale. Wow, Chimdale. It's like Paris on steroids. It's all so beautiful. I want to see everything. I want to see everything Palmer lied about getting to see. To every time and every place. To the last moment of the universe. Sad ending. Gotta stop reading the last page of a book first. Now show me dinosaurs! Incredible! The feathers are so unpleasant, though. Oh, just awful. Now, show me everything!
They always put it in our face. In the movies, the cartoons, everything, they just put it in our face because they know ain't nobody gonna pay no attention.
Astral projected to Mars. This was May 22nd, 1984, and this is a transcript that was released by the CIA. I love how it's just called Mars Exploration. Quick backstory, in the 70s through the 90s, the US government was really interested in astral projection, or remote viewing as they called it, because the Soviets were into it and claiming they were having successes, which may or may not have been true. By the way, astral projection or remote viewing is when you have an intentional out-of-body experience, so you project your consciousness outside of your body and go to another time or place. In another video, I talk about whether humanity can actually do that, and then we also talk about it at length in our podcast. So this guy's name is Joseph McMonigle. I don't know if that's how you say his last name. I'm sorry. He was a remote viewer in this program. He was actually called Remote Viewer 1 because he was the best. And he was the one who got to astral project to Mars. So a regular day at work for Joe was he would receive an envelope with an index card inside. The envelope would be sealed, not exactly like this, but he wouldn't get to read what was inside. And on this particular day, here's what the index card said. It said, the planet Mars, time of interest approximately 1 million years BC. Of course, he didn't read that. I don't know if they give him the envelope and he like senses it. I don't know what exactly happens, but that was what the envelope had inside. So then the astral projection begins. There's a whole 10-page transcript of it online if you want to look it up. I'm just going to point out some stuff I thought was interesting. He talks about some sort of storm, a geological disturbance that causes the people, I guess, to go into hiding. So the monitor says, tell me about the ones who sleep through the storms. He says they're tall, very large people, thin, they dress in tight silks. They're ancient people, they're dying, it's past their time or age. He talks about seeing pyramid-like structures, but he does note that they are different than any pyramid he's known before. He describes some structures, including an obelisk that reminds him of the Washington Monument. Check out the podcast if you want more information on this, but what I think is interesting is that he wasn't told they were targeting Mars, right? So usually his work was to locate downed airplanes or spy something or other to do with other countries. It was all terrestrial. It was all on Earth. But this time it was Mars, and they didn't tell him, but he was describing foreign alien things.
Yeah, the mind is a powerful thing. I'm definitely going to do my research on this astral projections and see what I can do. I got to get myself to the right spot, you know what I'm saying? Get some peace within myself all the way, and then I'll look into it and start messing with it and everything. But that's crazy. Comment below, let me know what y'all think. Like, it's proven. I can't say conspiracy because they proved it. They got documents proving it. So I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Appreciate everybody who tapped in. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. It's your boy Thou, FamOverTV. Peace.
FamOver.